Hamid Tosun felt like a tall man. He is not a tall man. In fact, he's a fraction shorter than the average. That fraction annoyed him. Why just a fraction? Life is about fine margins, his best friend Todd Coulson always said. Most of us are the wrong side of them. Todd was not an optimist, but that was what Hamid liked about him, his studied gloom, his belief that if something could go wrong, it would. Not spectacularly, but in small ways, like a persistent itch of fate. I might be average in height, Hamid said on Tuesday morning as he stood in line to get his coffee from the new pod coffee machine which had been installed next to the office water cooler. But online, I'm as tall as I want to be. You can't lie on a dating site. You always get found out. Todd always put the pod in the coffee machine upside down. Oh, why do I do that? He said as he flipped it round, adding 10 seconds to Hamid's wait for his caffeine fix. I don't go on dating sites, Hamid said. He did, but he never wanted to admit it. I walk tall online because I can see a scammer a mile off. Yeah, right. Todd wasn't convinced. He walked away holding his fake cappuccino, mumbling about whether hell offered beige cubicles or grey ones. Hamid smiled. He felt proud of himself. He'd noticed a fake email from someone offering to buy his collection of Pez dispensers. Those little toys you get candy from when you flick back the head. They're cute. Well, this wasn't any old collection. It was the American President series. No, really, they exist. This email wanted to buy John Quincy Adams to John Tyler, presidents no one had ever heard of before. It had been a present Hamid got from an eccentric uncle when he was 10. This email offered to cut out the auction site and pay more than the asking price if Hamid sent his personal banking details. I'll pull the other one, Hamid had said as he reported the scammer. He got back to his desk and sat down. He surveyed his work. Then his phone pinged, twice. The first ping alerted him to an email from Amazon. The second from his network. His data had just run out. Hamid's mood flipped like a deck chair in a hurricane. Oh, man, why does that always happen? I need data, man. Data is the new oxygen. Kirsty Welch, who sat opposite him, said, Yeah, tell me about it. She always said that. Hamid looked at the Amazon email. It wasn't actually from Amazon, but a third-party seller. He'd recently bought a fake Oscar statue to give to a friend who'd finally won a part in a minor musical. Her first professional job. She'd liked the gift, but pointed out that you couldn't win an Oscar for appearing on stage. Hamid read the email. He was due a refund on the Oscar. They'd charged him too much. All he had to do was reconfirm his credit card details using a link in the email. Refund? At last, some good news. But he was out of data. He sat back. The chair creaked. Oh, we need new chairs, he said. Yeah, tell me about it, Kirsty said. The company policy was very clear. Do not use the company internet for personal stuff, especially clicking on links or attachments in personal email, for whatever personal reason. Simple. But a refund? From a seller he recognised? For something he had bought? Surely this once. And he, Hamid Tosun, the man with a keen eye for scammers, surely he was entitled to a little leeway. He clicked. He started to enter his credit card details. And then it hit him. No, wait a minute. Amazon has his credit card in its database. He froze. Then he unfroze and clicked out of the site. It would be okay. He didn't complete the transaction. It would be fine. Be an optimist. By 3 p.m, Hamid was in the office of Marshal Enright, head of IT security. On his way up to the 18th floor, Todd said, Fine margins, then shook his head wearily. Enright looked a little like Tom Hanks, but not a nice Tom Hanks. He was bad Tom Hanks in... Hamid couldn't think of a movie in which Tom Hanks had been bad. Our system has been infected. We traced the breach to your computer. You know the rules, Mr. Tosun. The rules were very clearly laid out to you, were they not? Enright sounded like Darth Vader. Hamid knew what was coming. It's important to remember to verify the identity of callers or the senders of any message that asks you to do something. Never give out to anyone sensitive information like passwords, usernames, and account details. Analyze what you are being asked to do in an email, phone call, or other message, especially when they convey a real sense of urgency or high pressure, or ask for sensitive information. And report suspicious emails, telephone calls, etc. to your local IT security team as soon as possible.